everyone. Hello. It's good to see you. It has been a very long time since I've gone live, so I'm really happy to be here. Hi, hello. Hi. Hello. This is just a Q&A. I haven't been live in a really long time, so if there's any questions, oh, you're from the UK. Oh my goodness, that's awesome. So it's probably pretty late there. Yeah, so if you have any questions about honestly anything related to gardening at least. I'm not liking this angle. Anyway. Hi, hello. Actually, let's see if I can do this a little bit better. Just feeling weird with this angle. Oh, 1:30. Yikes. On a Monday morning too. That's pretty early. I don't know. There we go. I don't know. Oh, hi. Hello. Sorry guys, I don't think I turned on the chat on YouTube. I apologize. Hi. Oh my goodness. Oh, thank you guys. I appreciate the support. It's been a really long time since I've been live, but um it's been a little crazy around here, but I'm very excited. Yeah. What's good? How's the day? You know what? Actually, today was really great. Um I got a lot done. I just started. I just got on. Yeah. I got a lot done today. It was very productive. I was really happy. I had a whole list of things that I needed to do. So I was really excited. I'm a list girl, so I like to do my checklist. So I was really excited. Um, so yeah, and someone asked, how do I get a lot of crops? And honestly, the answer is planning. I plan for every single thing that's in my garden. And I even leave a little bit of wiggle room. Like, if a plant unexpectedly shows up in my possession, I have like spaces for that too. So like right now, I harvested potatoes today. I was so excited. That video is actually going to drop later on tonight. And I was beyond excited about the potatoes. I'm thrilled because I've never grown fall potatoes before. So that was really cool thing. And so after a freeze, getting potatoes after a freeze, like that's so cool. But in order to do that, I had to plan ahead and, just it like months and months ahead because they take a lot of time. So it was pretty cool. I made a garden and oh, thank you. You planted too many things. Yeah. I mean, that's not such a bad thing. Oh, you like my t-shirt? I love my t-shirt. I'm very excited about my t-shirt. But yeah, having too many things is not necessarily a bad thing for sure. I don't know why the chat won't stay up. You know, I've heard that a lot. Like people are like, I've got a black thumb. Everything that I plant dies. Like I get that a lot, but really it just comes down to again planning, but also trial and error. I don't think that black thumbs exist. I don't think that green thumbs exist. I think it's just a matter of experience getting out there and doing it. So yeah, how do you plan out your garden and what's your favorite seed organ? Okay, so I actually have photo organizers. They're I look older in my videos. Yeah, maybe it's the glasses. I don't know. I'm 40 years old, so I'm definitely not young, but I appreciate it. But yeah, no, I have photo organizers, and I actually have three of them because I have so many seeds. But yeah, I it's like the best way because I can organize by type of seed, and I put them in alphabetical order because I'm super type A. But yeah. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I feel every bit of 40, but I do appreciate you saying that. I have three kids. I've been teaching I'm in my 19th year of teaching, so, you know, that makes you age at least on the inside, that's for sure. My orchids are real. Yeah, these are real. These are real. How many? I don't think you can see them. I also have some orchids right here. Orchid's my favorite flower. I know I haven't been live in a really, really long time. So, and you haven't seen one of my videos. Oh, that makes me sad. I'm sorry. I don't really know how to get back on your FYP. Can you harvest plant? I can't harvest anything right now on live because it's definitely too dark outside and I don't have any internet. I wish that I had internet in my garden. I'm working on it, but yeah. Thank you. Thank you guys. You guys are being very nice. Well, I'm putting something, it's funny because you're saying you haven't seen my videos in a while. I don't know what is going on with TikTok, but like I will be on a super hot streak and then no, like all of a sudden everything will die and no one sees anything and my videos just don't go anywhere. And I don't really, I honestly don't live and die by it because it is what it is. It's social media. But yeah. Oh, I teach elementary music. So I'm a vocal general music teacher. So I teach the whole school music, like general music. You're a teacher's nightmare. You know what? You might have been like one of the teacher's favorites. I don't think there are a lot. I don't think people know how much, especially in elementary school, how much we love those kids that think that they were a nightmare or whatever. Like we think about them, we hope the best for them, and we're always, I don't know. I've had a lot of students like that in my career, and I always, even when they're like difficult in the moment, I always look back on them fondly. I mean, it never ceases to amaze me. So you would be surprised. Your teachers probably liked you a lot more than you thought. Oh, I forgot what I was saying before that. Yeah. Oh, I'm like on a high today because I got so much done. It's because I'm a teacher and I have three kids. I have very limited time to get things done. And this weekend we had like three things that we needed to do, which is like very, very low for us. And so especially today, I was very, very excited. I was very excited. I had a whole day, open for me at least to get everything done, and I got every single thing done on my checklist. My last thing was, well, actually two last things was going live, and then my second to last thing, my very, very last thing is posting my harvest. So I'm really excited. When I was in school, music class was my favorite. Yeah, and so that's what I think is the best part about being a music teacher is that I am, especially in elementary school, I am kind of like a break, from your normal things like math and social studies or whatever you're learning, science. Related arts is what we call them, or like specials, whatever. They're a break. And so it's pretty cool. Do you need to tell complete strangers this? I don't know. Maybe. I don't need to tell anyone anything, but I'm freely letting people know. I am so play the piano to the point where I can get through a music class. Um, but I'm vocal. I'm a vocalist. You can't really tell right now. I've got some stuff in my throat, little bit of congestion going on, but I'm a vocalist, and my I love to play the ukulele. That's really what I my main instrument besides my voice is the ukulele. So yeah. Um, Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Oh, look at that. I forgot. I've got a ukulele, and then I've got a rooting for you sticker. Oh gosh, somebody just commented and they said, "How do you grow pineapple in November?" I don't know. I don't know. First of all, pineapples take like 2 years to grow. Um, and secondly, definitely can't do that. Yeah, you can't spell ukulele. So actually, in Hawaii, they say ukulele, ukulele. And so if you're ever thinking about how to spell it, that's what it is. Hi, it's Bima. Hi. I will recognize you every single time. I don't have any seeds to give right now. Actually, I do have some seeds that I'm going to put on my Etsy account really soon. I have uh, lemon drop peppers, and I've got a couple different kinds of tomatoes, and I have ground cherries seeds, and I'm gonna have some cilantro and possibly some edamame seeds, but we'll see. Remember one time my music teacher told me to quit singing because, oh, no, that's so awful. I'm so sorry that happened to you. No, that's something I truly, truly believe in, that all kids should be able to sing in the chorus, regardless. Especially in elementary school, I understand that like once you get into the higher levels that you need to have some kind of level of skill. But in elementary school, it's for everybody. I really don't care. You can be in the chorus. You want to sing? Good, you're in. That's what I tell the kids. They're like, "Oh, what about the audition?" Or my mom says I can't sing, and I'm like, first of all, that's really sad. Second of all, you can be in the chorus. I don't care. You know what? How do I get these up here? Why can't I see the chat? Oh, there it is. Goodness gracious. I hear Hawaii is expensive. How much is, oh, I don't know. I've never been to Hawaii. But I know that's how you say ukulele in Hawaii, and Hawaii is ukulele. But I've never been to Hawaii. I'm a t-shirt. I'm a teacher. That's a crazy shirt. It is a crazy shirt. I love it. I love it. If you want one for yourself, there's my Fourth Wall account, my shop. You can get one. I don't know. Maybe. I like teachers because if you do anything for them, they'll make you do a report about it. I've never made a student do a report, but I am the music teacher, so that's not something that we typically do. Hi. Really oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Origin of the country and definitely not the South. Funny you should say that. So, I am in Maryland, United States, Maryland. And technically Maryland is the South. I know that nobody even in Maryland thinks that we're the South, but we are below the Mason-Dixon line, which technically says that we are in the South. But we do not have southern weather at all. We have all 4 seasons. Right now, today, it was super windy. Like I went out and I filmed a harvest that I will be posting later on, but I was like, okay, the wind's dying down. Say something, and then the hair would just go into my face. But super windy. Tomorrow it's supposed to be chilly, and then tomorrow night we're supposed to get into like the like upper 20s, so it's going to be pretty cold. We've been getting multiple freezes, and yeah, it's still windy. I know. Well, last night was crazy windy. I have not heard wind like that in a long time. But yeah. Have you ever had crops drop and plant? Oh yeah, all the time, all the time. In fact, the only cilantro that I got this year was reseeded. So yeah, I don't know. There it is. I am definitely not Amish. Not even a little bit. No. Do you have any tips to start a garden? Actually, I do, and I just started a podcast. I just posted my third episode, but the first episode is all about starting a garden, all the tips that you need. So if you want, you can check it out on my YouTube, or you can listen to it if you want, pretty much anywhere. Oh, that's so great! Yay! Thanks. I love my shirt. That's so awesome. Good for you. You can get a shirt in my fourth wall. It's in my link tree, my shop in my link tree. Oh, hi. Hello. I have a lot of fans from Indonesia, and that's really cool. Anything you would change about your greenhouse? Yeah, I think that I would, and I think I could probably still do this, but I would like a fan that kicks on and pulls out the hot air when it gets too hot. Um, but other than that, I love it. I love, love, love my greenhouse. And actually, we just installed a sink. So I'm very excited. I need that shirt now. Yay! Yes, you should go get it. It's in my shop. It's in my link tree. I'm putting more garlic. That's awesome. Harvest time! Yay! That's great. Also, what seed company do you like to purchase from? Territorial Seed is my number one top favorite, but I can't actually get all of my seeds from there, the different varieties and things like that. So I do like Southern Exposure Seed Exchange. I like Gurney's for potatoes and garlic. I like Park Seed. Sometimes I do Annie's Heirloom. Annie's Heirloom. See. Hi. What crops can we plant in an apartment complex with a patio? Ooh, what is your climate like? Hi, hello. How about this? Where do you live? Is this going to be something like, I buy my garlic seed from Gurney's, or my seed garlic from Gurney's. But actually, most of the garlic that I have, I use from year to year. But I really like, but I really like to buy different kinds of. If you've watched any of my videos, you know that I like to have multiple varieties of many different things. So every year I try a new variety of garlic. So, but I like to replant a lot. Most of my garlic is replanted from the previous harvest, but I do like to buy from Gurney's. I'm going to do it. Central California. Okay, so actually, if I'm correct, you should be in a very similar to me climate, maybe a little bit warmer. And if you're not on the coast, then it's probably even more so. But if I had to guess, then you have from May to October, really, to plant something on your patio garden. And you can really, except for things that are vining, you could probably do just about anything in containers. Containers are way more versatile than people realize. Is it too late to start in our area? Garlic? Oh, no, I do not think it's too late. I think we're on the late side, so I would definitely get that in before I would definitely get the garlic in the ground before it freezes. What do you plan for fall or winter? I'm not. Thank you. Um, I am not planting anything right now, but I am harvesting at the moment. So, right now, growing in my garden, I have carrots and lettuce, spinach, and cilantro, green onions, broccoli, cabbage, pak choi, potatoes. I think that's it. Oh, and I have garlic that's growing. But I will not actually plant any seeds in my garden until spring, early spring. I am gonna try and grow some things. No, I don't do artichoke. I'm not a big fan of artichoke, and I think it takes a really, really long time to grow. I don't think I have the growing season in order to do it. Um, but I am going to start certain things in my greenhouse. I'm gonna try and grow some green beans in my greenhouse. I don't know how it's gonna go. What do you use to plan out your garden? Would love a podcast episode on your favorite varieties. Okay, so um I do have a podcast episode on my favorite tomato varieties. Um and I also what do I use to plan out my garden? I actually just use like an Excel spreadsheet. Um it's the best thing. I have like in Excel, I've put different shapes and for each beds, and I've labeled all of the beds. Um, so yeah, and then I keep track of like when I'm going to plant each variety, or not even just each vegetable, but each variety vegetable, how many I'm going to plant, especially if I'm seed starting, and what beds I want to plant them in because I do crop rotation. So there's a lot to go on, but it helps to keep it all in one place. And I do Excel spreadsheets. I'm growing peas and it's actually growing. Yay, that's awesome. Yeah, my peas, I just harvested the last of them. I was very upset. Snap peas are my favorite in the spring, like early spring, not my favorite. They're really not my favorite. Thanks. Thank you so much. Daily reminder. Oh, thank you. Um, so yeah, I just harvested the last of my snap peas, which I was very bummed about, but I love them. Should Greenland. Oh, Greenland's hard. Greenland's hard. But I bet you are able to do some cool weather crops like brassicas, cabbage, broccoli, things like that. Lettuce, carrots. Obviously not now. But yeah, thanks. Grown cherry bomb peppers. No, I have not. So those are really small. Small peppers for me are really tough because I can't keep up with the harvest. Yeah. Thank you. Watching your garden, grow most of your food. Look. Yeah, agreed. Watching your garden is so relaxing. Thank you for sharing. Thank you. It's been a lot of fun sharing this with everybody. I do plan to go live every Sunday at 8:30. This is my new thing. And so I'm trying to keep on a schedule with everything, and I do plan on going live every Sunday at 8:30. And if I can kind of get in another live here and there, I definitely will do that. Watching your gardening is so relaxing. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome. When do I start my brassicas for spring? So let me think real quick. Let me think. I don't like that I can't see this chat. Because I feel like there's some stuff. Let's make sure that we're keeping it appropriate over here. That's fine. When do I start my brassicas? Let me think. So I need to get my brassicas in the ground. I don't have my schedule right in front. Oh, actually, you know what? I do. It's on my computer on my Excel spreadsheet. There's peppers. Ooh, that sounds awesome. Let's see if I can bring up my spreadsheet. The very good gardening plan. That's what I call it. All right, seed starting. I start my seeds. Okay, so this year, which I'm definitely going to do again, I started all of my brassicas on January 29th. Um, and that includes broccoli, cabbage, Brussels sprouts, cauliflower, and a lot of Asian vegetables like winter choy or wawasai. I started all of those at the end of January, and that's what I'll be doing again because that timing really worked out for me. And then I think I planted them, they were in the ground by March 15th. And but onions, I think I started onions even earlier. I think I started onions. Did I even write that down? That seems very out of character for me. I did not write that down. So, but I think I started them like mid to end of January as well. Do you sell? No, I don't. I'm sorry, I don't sell them. Hold on, guys. Okay. No, I don't sell anything. I unfortunately, just I don't have the time to do it, and I get very nervous about um, selling things, especially like sending them and like mailing them and things like that. So, no, I don't. But I am trying to sell seeds. I'm going to be adding a whole bunch of seeds to my Etsy shop. So that's coming up. This year I didn't have any success except radishes and lettuce. Hey, though, that's great. My fall radishes are, I think I got none, not one. Did you ever plant lilies? Yes, actually I do plant lilies. Yeah. What do cucumber melons taste like? They taste like cucumbers, but with like a hint of lime or lemon. Yeah, no, I grow lots and lots of flowers. And actually we did grow lilies this year and it was great. They were awesome. They're very, very fragrant. Region and barely start. Are you, sorry. What region are you in to be able to start planting outside? I am in Maryland in the United States. Harvest time. And yeah, I am harvesting from outside, but I'm not actually planting anything. And everything that's outside is except for the garlic. The garlic's just it just fends for itself. But has like a cover. Most of the stuff has a cover. Like my cold frames and my other garden beds I will cover with just like a frost blanket. Would you ever do a local markets? I've thought about it. I just don't think that I have the time to be able to. I just don't think I have the time. That's really what it is. I don't have the time to put everything together to make it look nice because I'm definitely not gonna be. I'm not gonna be somebody who just like puts things out. Let's see. Have you roasted your peanuts? I did not. I did not make peanut butter. Peanut butter, I would have made like a teaspoon of peanut butter because of the peanuts that I got. No, I actually used the peanuts today. I'm very excited. And I used them in a way that you probably didn't think of, but I put them in a bird feeder and I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So yeah, I put them in a bird feeder and I can't wait to see what happens because it's one of those bird feeders that you can actually you get like notifications when birds eat from them so you can actually see it. So like a camera bird feeder. So I'm very excited. Where do you get ground cherry plants from? I don't actually know. I always grow mine from seed. And actually I'm selling the seeds on my Etsy shop and that should be up pretty soon. Would you be open to selling me a handful of ground cherries when available? No, I don't. I don't sell my produce. I'm so sorry. But I do sell the seeds if you want to start them. But no, I can't sell anything. Yeah. Actually, so you could probably find a local seed swap. I know that we have them here in Howard County, Maryland all the time, and they're really very cool. And then we have seedling swaps, which are also very cool because then you get things that you didn't even know existed. Can I grow ground cherries in southern Ohio? Yeah, I think so, for sure. Oh, thanks, my little turkey. Yeah, I gotta start changing things for the upcoming season. It doesn't really make sense. The podcast that I guess it will film in 2 weeks, or it'll post in 2 weeks. But after this, my next podcast that I film, I'm gonna have to definitely, yeah, I'm gonna have to change things out. Take those pumpkins. Look, you see my little pumpkin plant? That's a plant. And then I have, ooh, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get it. Forget it. Can I save the seeds from ground cherries? Can you save the seeds? I'm so sorry. I think I missed something. Did you say something earlier? I have some ground cherries left from last year. Can you save the seeds? Yeah, totally. You can absolutely save the seeds. Yes. Yep. I know a lot of people like to have their Christmas stuff up right after Halloween. I totally get it. I'm not one of those people. I host Thanksgiving here, and so I like to have, I don't know, I like to have the different seasons. And also, I just feel like if I take my fall stuff down, then I don't have much time for my fall stuff to be up. Oh, good night. I'm sorry. I know it is a little strange to see me. Um, I feel like I'm being pretty awkward, but sometimes it just takes me a little bit of time to get back into the rhythm of being live. New to gardening, do I just try the seeds? Should I wash them? Oh, oh, okay. Are you the one that said about the ground cherries? Okay, so ground cherries, you're gonna actually want to do something a little bit different. I have a video that's almost done. I do grow habaneros. I grow 3 different kinds of habaneros. Okay, so for tomato and ground cherry seeds, what you want to do is you want to squeeze out as many seeds as you can, and they're going to have that like gelatin on the outside of them. I forgot what it's called for right now. And you want to put them in a container and add water. And you want to swish it around, and then you want to add like a breathable top to that container. What are the 3 types of habaneros? I have red habaneros, orange habaneros, and I have mild habaneros, which are bigger and they're not as spicy. So after you put a breathable top on that container with the water and the seeds, you want to stir it twice a day for like 4-ish days, and you're gonna notice that it's gonna have like a mold, it's gonna have a film on the top, and that's okay. That's okay. What you're doing is you're fermenting the seeds because that gel on the outside of it needs to come off before you can save that seed. That gel is actually preventing those seeds from germinating. So you want to remove it before you can actually save the seeds. So that's what this fermentation is doing. And so after the I'm gonna say like 4th or 5th day, you're gonna see that some of the seeds have sunk to the bottom and some of them are floating on top. The ones that are floating on top are not viable. Those are not viable seeds. So you wanna scoop everything, all of the mold or whatever it is, and all of the seeds that are floating on top, scoop that off. And then you're gonna wanna take a very fine mesh, because ground cherry seeds are super duper small. So you wanna take a fine mesh colander and pour the water in, and then kind of wash them off a little bit, and then you can dry them on a paper towel. I know that sounded really like a lot more than you were thinking, but that's a tomato thing too. It's the tomatoes and ground cherries are actually, they have the same thing around the seeds, same gel. Yeah, I know. Actually, it's really interesting because like peppers, you just dry the seeds on a paper towel, but tomato and ground cherry seeds are just, they have that extra step and you really got to be careful with it. Thank you. Thank you. I've got a video coming out in like an hour. Yeah, no, it's absolutely doable. It's not anything, but it's just, it is a lot. Yeah. Christmas wreaths. That's awesome. That's fun. Yeah, so somebody, I honestly can't remember. Um, can you suggest something? I'm not sure. um, Somebody in a live months and months ago, she has been going on and on and on about Christmas jam, and that is it takes strawberries and it takes cranberries, but you have to save some of your strawberries in order to make the jam in like November and December. And so today I just remembered because I froze a whole bunch of my strawberries from the spring, and I just remembered when I was in the grocery store, I was like, oh, that's right, cranberries. So I picked up some cranberries and I'm going to make some Christmas jam. So that recipe and that video is coming whenever I get around to making it, but I'm very excited about actually having some Christmas jam because it looks so good. There's like spices and stuff in it too. Awesome. If I want to move my strawberries from its spot, when would be a good time? It would be a good time in like, you're in my area, right? Yeah. You want to do that in mid to late February. Yeah, that's when you want to do that. Thanks. Thanks, guys. How to germinate the seeds from the cones of an... I don't know. Is that a real thing? I don't know if that's a real thing or not. I'm in Maryland. Thank you. I have one coming up in like an hour. You'll see me post it. It's the last thing. Columbia. Yeah, I'm in Columbia. Or Howard County. Guys, like my new shirt? I'm like super proud of this shirt. I, I designed it and I asked for a sample and I was like, oh my gosh, when it came in the mail, I was like, look at my new shirt. I was so excited. Oh, yay, I'm glad you're here. I do sell the shirts. Yeah, they're in my link tree. In my link tree, it's my fourth wall shop. Thank you. Can you make a video without with your family eating it? So no, I actually do not share my family on here. Thanks. Yeah, I do not share my family on here. That's like my number one rule. My husband sometimes makes an appearance, and like my son's hands will make an appearance by like pulling things out and harvesting, but no, I don't do that. I got a green stalk, but I couldn't even use it because we had to move. Oh, I'm so sorry. My strawberry plants don't have fruit, so many flowers. Any advice? What part of the world are you in? Can you tell how to store potatoes since you shouldn't? Okay, so you need to put them in a paper bag and yeah, you're right. You don't wash them. You keep the dirt on. You put them in a paper bag, like barely close the paper bag and put it in like your basement or in the coolest room, the coolest, darkest room of your house. And that way, and then they'll stay for a while. They'll stay for a long while. Thank you. How are the figs? So the fig trees are okay. They definitely got beat up by the deer and because we had to put them in like our back area of our property and that is not protected. And so we tried to protect them as much as we could with a little tiny fence, but the deer are just relentless. So I didn't get any figs this year, but I'm hoping that we can get some next year. That don't have, do you have any fruits that don't have I'm sorry. I don't think I understand. Um, so I get to ask this question a lot, like, what are my favorite fruits? What are my favorite vegetables? But really, I don't, I think my favorites are whatever I'm harvesting right now. Um, yeah, I agree. It's definitely a decision I made early on. Um, yeah, he's talking, asking, saying that he's glad I don't put my kids on here. And that was a decision I made. I first, like, my first social media account for Very Good Gardening was actually Instagram, and I hit like 500 followers, and I realized that I didn't know any of those people. And so I immediately went back. I had like had two pictures of my kids, and I took them down immediately, and I'm so glad that I did that. um, but yeah, thanks. So I don't really have a favorite vegetable or a favorite fruit, but whatever season I'm in, I'm usually like, these are my favorite. But I think that, oh, I don't know. Because it's when it's strawberry season, I love strawberries. And when it's raspberry season, oh my gosh, I do love, love, love raspberries. I could eat raspberries all year long. Maybe it's raspberries. Don't have fruits but so many flowers. So tell me, where you're in Malaysia. Um, is the temperature okay? First of all, do you have any pollinators? That's a big one. Are you seeing bees, butterflies, anybody on your flowers? Next, um, what are the temperatures like? So that's going to be a big one because strawberry flowers, if they get too low, if they get hit by a frost or any kind of like lower temperatures, um, the middle will turn like a really dark brown. The middle, it's supposed to be yellow. And oh, strawberries aren't, they don't have to be sour. If you get the right variety, and you water them enough, they are definitely not sour. They're very sweet. But if the middle of the straw, or sorry, if the in the middle of the strawberry flower is like a dark brown or even a black, then it's not a viable flower. So that might be what's going on. But it's kind of hard for me to tell. I'm unsure. Sorry. Do you have a hard time finding 100% compost? The business around me only have mixes. Oh, no, I do not. Um, I don't have a hard time with that. So around me, I use for bagged compost. I use actually for bulk as well. I use Leaf Grow, and I found a company that does it bulk. So yeah, that's my favorite is Leaf Grow, but it is definitely a local company. It's just in a county over. Um, any suggestions for? Sorry, I missed it. And give me squash bugs. No, I'm sorry. I have no suggestions. Squash bugs are awful. They're terrible, and I'm so sorry. And oh man, I don't have any advice for the squash vine borer either. I found these little like tent things that are supposed to have lures that are come in and then that they stick. Yeah, I have nothing, and they didn't work. They did not work, and I got not one single pumpkin this year because of the squash vine borer. So I wish I had advice. I'm so sorry. They're just terrible. What are you doing for seed starters in spring? What do you mean? What do you mean? I'm doing all my normal stuff. I'm doing all of my stuff. So yeah. So what I will do is I actually don't use too much compost for my seed start. I do not play Roblox, no. So for seed starting mix, I use vermiculite and coconut coir, cocoa coir, and then I use like a little tiny bit of compost, but like almost none at all, as my seed starter, because I want it to almost be like sterile. What are the best things to grow in a raised garden bed? Anything, literally anything. Raised garden beds, you can grow whatever it is, whatever you want. I'm in Maryland. You can definitely have a garden like mine. Absolutely. I do garden in winter. I'm gardening right now, actually. Yeah, today I harvested a whole bunch of stuff. I've harvested broccoli and potatoes and kohlrabi. I love kohlrabi. That's my new favorite vegetable. I cannot wait to grow it in the spring. And then what else did I harvest today? Oh, lettuce, pak choy. And my saffron. I harvested the last of my saffron today. I did, actually. I harvested like 5 carrots today, but they were on the smaller side, so I'm gonna let them grow a lot more before I go out and harvest again. Hi. Oh my gosh, kohlrabi has been the greatest thing. I've been making it into like a slaw. We added it to a stir fry. Um, I like, honestly, it's a crunchy, like, it's in the brassica family, so it has kind of a broccoli-ish uh kind of a broccoli taste to it, but it's crunchy and it's very light. I don't know. It's delicious. We have been loving it. What kinds would you recommend for raised beds? Making, oh, I mean, oh, what kind of wood? All right, so I'm supposed to say cedar, but cedar's really expensive. We just have pine. We do know that we'll have to replace them. They won't last forever, but we've had them for 5 years now. So hold on. The one raised bed, the one garden that has the most recent raised beds, they are 12-foot pine boards, and we've had those for, this might have been the 6th season. I think this is the upcoming 6th season that we've had those. So, and they're not going anywhere. So pine is probably going to be fine. Pine is fine. How about pumpkin? You can grow pumpkin in a raised bed for sure. What would you recommend planting for first-time gardener? I would recommend that you go or listen to my very first podcast episode, because it's talking all about like how to start a garden, what to do, what to think about, things to consider, things you should know before you start even planting. And I do talk about like the recommendations. Yeah, cedar is so expensive. Oh my gosh. But you know what? To be completely honest, so is pine. Hi, I just got your text message. It came through. I will be texting you later. How many did you get from your garden? I'm not quite sure how to answer that. Absolutely. That's why I started the podcast, because I had so many people asking me about just things, and like they would ask me a question and I would have an answer that's like 30 minutes long, and I would have to answer it over and over again because everybody has those answers. Yeah, I don't go live very often. I plan on going live at 8:30 every Sunday, so I'm going to do it more frequently. But I started the podcast because I just wanted a place where people could go and look for those answers and not have to be like, oh my gosh, I'm, writing everything down. You know what? That's actually none of your business. I'm not alone, but that's not your business. So yeah, how many years after harvesting a tomato? Thanks. I'm not quite sure how to answer that question. Have you grown loofah? I have, not successfully. Actually, no, that's not true. I've grown one loofah successfully, but I don't think it's necessarily worth it. What do you have potatoes? I do have potatoes right now. Type of fertilizer that you use. I use different kinds of fertilizers in different situations, but I always use right now, I always use um that's right. Hi Izzy. Hello. Um but I always use True Organic because I just found True Organic this year, and I've used, these kinds of fertilizers like bone meal and blood meal and fish emulsion and things like that. But for whatever reason, True Organic products have taken I have seen such a huge difference in my seedlings, in my harvests, in the health of my plants from True Organic. I like they're awesome. I really love all of their products. So if you're gonna look for something, I highly recommend going to True Organic. But I also am going to be doing a podcast episode on fertilizer itself because that is a really, really hard question to answer. And I get it all the time. Which fertilizer do you use? When do you use it? It's actually a really complicated answer. I'm a beginner gardener and used fish emulsion this year on a hot summer day. Never again. Yeah, don't do that. So sorry. I'm so sorry. That's awful. Well, how stinky was it? Was it bad? Yeah. Oh my goodness. So I think I'm gonna be on for another 8 minutes, and then I'm gonna head out. I gotta get my post ready for my harvest today. I have so many seeds, got the setup with grow lights, Yay! That's awesome! I'm pretty sure my neighbors almost yeah, I'm sure it was really bad. I'm sorry. What are your thoughts on homemade versus store-bought compost? Okay, so I'm in planting zone 7B in Maryland. Yes, like actual gardening. I don't know. You might not be in the right side or the side you were looking for of TikTok, but I'm here, and if you want to stay, this is a cool side of gardening as well. um, what planting zone? I'm in 7B. Someone just asked me a question I was going to answer. Okay, so I think homemade compost is a really, really, really great thing, and it's like the best free black gold that you can possibly get. But most people are not able to create enough compost. They're not able to create enough compost that they can feed their garden. So you want to supplement, and I mean, I get it. Like if you could and you're able to create enough compost to supplement your garden or to or cover your whole garden, good for you. I'm not able to do that. So I use my compost, and I also use Leaf Grow, which is like the greatest stuff, but it's honestly it's really tough that because it's local, but it's the greatest stuff. If you're local, if you're in Maryland, then you should absolutely use Leaf Grow. If you're not in Maryland, I'm sorry, I don't know what an alternative would be. I'm all over garden TikTok. Oh man. I find myself on that side every once in a while, and I'm like, I don't think I don't belong here. How much did it cost you to start gardening? That's a really, really tough question, actually, because first of all, I don't actually know. Second of all, I built it in stages, and so it's really that's tough. And also like my materials when I bought them, because everything's more expensive now, um it's tough. I really don't know, but I know that eventually, I think after year 2, I was harvesting enough that I was recuperating the costs of what I'd spent. And then by year 3, I was definitely growing way more, and I was saving us more money than I was actually spending. Oh, have a good night. Let's see. Oh, I'm glad your daughter likes them. Do you process all of your own crops, or do you have a farm stand? I process all my own crops, but I do not have a farm stand now. Do you have many seeds of strawberries? I don't do strawberry seeds. What do you think about black cow? I've heard it's good. I've heard it's really good. I don't use it, but I've heard that's good stuff. I grew cucamelons this year because, yay! Oh my gosh, I love cucamelons, obviously. What mint varieties do you grow? Oof, I grow mountain, cat, chocolate, orange, apple, strawberry, mojito, peppermint. I feel like I'm missing one. I'm sure I'm missing one, but yeah, I grow all of those. Oh, spearmint. My ducks are great. They're awesome. Yeah. Cucumber. Oh, I'm so glad. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. You must live in a warmer climate than I am in. My cucamelons, when did we have that freeze? We had a really hard freeze. 10 a, yeah. We had a really hard freeze, I want to say Thursday night, maybe, Wednesday night, and I knew it was coming and I knew that they weren't going to survive it. So I took all the cucamelons out and I harvested all of them. That video is coming very shortly. My garden was so bad. Oh, you learn by failing. There is no such thing as a complete failure in a garden because you learned a lot of things. Write them all down, do all the things that you like, write everything, when you planted things, what you planted, where you planted them, what your soil composition was, all of those things. Write it all down and then try to use that information for next year. Thank you. Thanks. I do not have chickens. We just have ducks. We have 6 ducks. Hey, tomatoes are actually not the easiest thing to grow. So there you go. That's awesome. My first year gardening on this property, my tomatoes were not a success. They were not a success. So, but then I was able to grow like lots of different things that people were like, "Oh, I can't believe that grew." Like I grew Carolina Reapers, which are tough to grow. Oh, it was funny. How do you eat all your peppers? Well, I'm going to be honest, I don't eat all of the super hots, but I do make them into like powders and sometimes I make them into jellies and things like that. And I give a lot of them away to my husband and his brothers for like, hot eating pepper contests. Do you have any tips on how to start a spice garden? Can I do it indoors? Absolutely. Definitely. Yeah. You can definitely start that indoors. Thank you. I do have fruit trees. They have not produced yet, but I'm hoping next year. Just going to get videos in the winter. Yeah, absolutely. So what my plan is that I'm going to be harvesting once a week from my winter garden, and then I'm actually going to repost. So once a week-ish. I don't do freeze dry, no, but I do dehydrate. And so I'm going to do reposts once a week and I'm going to do harvest once a week. And then I'm going to do shorts from all of my podcasts that I'm doing. So I'm going to post a full podcast once a week and then a couple of shorts from them. And then here and there, I've got a winter garden. It's going strong right now. And then I also plan to do, maybe not once a week, but maybe every other week, I plan to do a harvest to table where I use either fresh ingredients or my preserves and I use them in my cooking or possibly even both. So yeah, what would I need for a beginning spice garden to start out? It depends on what spices you're looking for, like what herbs and when you say spices, what spices are you thinking about? Like ginger? Are you thinking herbs? Are you thinking garlic? Are you thinking like peppers, like paprika, things like that? How do you keep critters over your garden? I don't, I'm sorry. Okay, so Basil, thyme, and rosemary, all of those can be started and completely grown indoors. Garlic is actually something that you're going to want to grow outside. That is not something you can grow inside. And if you're in a zone like 7, if you're in a zone 6 or higher, then you could probably plant the garlic right now still. If you're in 5 or lower, though, I don't think you could plant it right now. Yeah, then you could definitely plant your garlic right now. You'll probably have to harvest it, I'm gonna guess like July, maybe end of July. So yeah. You should definitely. That's awesome. All right, guys, I have got to get to bed because I am a teacher and I have work tomorrow. But it was really great chatting with all of you guys, and I will see you live again every Sunday at 8:30. And look out for my harvest that I did. My harvest time. I'm going to be posting that in about 30 minutes, so you'll see it then. All right, guys, have a good day. Don't forget to check out my podcast, and if you want a shirt, check out my fourth wall in my link tree. I'm tired. All right, bye, guys. Good night.